Wage violations, common lawsuits for tipped employees. Imagine working hard every day, only to find out your pay isn't adding up correctly. Many tipped employees face issues with how they are paid, leading to legal trouble for employers. Let's explore what kinds of wage violations often cause lawsuits in this area. One common problem is paying only tips without the required cash wages. Federal law says employers must pay at least the minimum wage before tips are added. If they're relying solely on tips to meet minimum wage, they are breaking the law. Another issue is taking too many tip credits. Employers can reduce their cash wage if tips make up the difference, but they cannot take more credit than allowed. If they do, employees might not get paid the full minimum wage. Illegal tip pooling is also a frequent cause of lawsuits. Employers sometimes requiring tipped workers to share tips with non-tipped staff or keep a portion of tips unlawfully. This practice can violate rules that specify how tips should be shared. Miscalculating overtime pay is another problem. Overtime must be based on the full minimum wage, not the tipped wage rate. If employers calculate overtime incorrectly, employees may not receive the pay they are owed. Making unlawful deductions from wages or tips can also lead to lawsuits. Employers cannot deduct money for broken equipment, customer no-shows, or cash register shortages if those deductions bring wages below the minimum wage. Additionally, employers must pay tipped employees for non-tipped work duties like cleaning, setting up, or training at the full minimum wage rate. Failing to do so is a violation. Another common issue is not informing employees properly about tip credits and pooling policies. Employees need clear communication about how tips are handled and what their rights are. Lastly, not paying overtime at the correct rate 4 hours over 40 per week can cause legal trouble. When employers violate these rules, employees often sue to recover unpaid wages, tips, damages, interest, and legal fees. Sometimes, retaliation claims are filed if workers face negative actions for asserting their rights. For tipped employees, understanding these rules is key. They have the right to a minimum wage plus tips, proper overtime pay, and lawful tip handling. Employers must follow wage and hour laws carefully, including clear communication about policies. Violations like unpaid minimum wages, improper tip pooling, unlawful deductions, or not paying for non-tip duties are common reasons for lawsuits. Staying compliant helps protect both workers and businesses from costly legal issues.